physical factors of arm wrestling include keeping the eyes open, flexion of phalanges, elbow flexion, and standing in an upright position. Flexible factors are the length of the arm, muscle mass and density, hand grip style, wrist endurance and flexibility, reaction time, the degree of elbow flexion, the width of your stance, and body rotation. Being a successful arm wrestler is not based upon which competitor has the most muscle hypertrophy. While muscle mass does have an effect, professional arm wrestlers are successful when they have mastered the correct technique. A proper stance includes standing with feet at least shoulder width apart, and the foot on the same side as your wrestling arm, in this case, the right foot, is slightly in front of the left. Just before the match begins, the arm wrestlers have a slightly less than 90-degree angle of elbow flexion. During the match, the player on the left rotates his shoulders towards the pad he is trying to pull.
Major movement weaknesses of beginners: failing to rotate the hips and shoulders, failing to do a side crunch, pulling the opponent's arm towards the pad, not involving other muscles besides those of the arm, improper stance, not pivoting off the back leg, extending the arm too much, not keeping the elbow flexed, losing control of the wrist, failing to flex, and not using the opposite arm to pull the hand peg. Two important points of weakness for beginners include lack of body rotation and having a greater than 90-degree angle of elbow flexion. Lack of body rotation. Without rotation of the hips, shoulders, and torso, you force the arm to do all the work, decreasing the potential force you could generate. The background picture shows the beginners. You can see from the professional's point of view that he is rotating his hips and shoulders and torso while the beginner stays square facing their opponent. You can correct the first weakness by a simple drill. You start by standing shoulder width apart, having the legs slightly bent. This is your 12 o'clock position. Keeping the disc level with your face and the arms flexed during the entire rotation, you turn your body 90 degrees so you are facing the left. This becomes your 3 o'clock position. When you are in your 3 o'clock position, the left leg remains only slightly flexed while the back leg becomes slightly more flexed. Upon full rotation, at your 3 o'clock position, the bottom of your right shoe should face away from you. Benefits of correcting this weakness include learning to rotate your body. This will help you generate greater force because now you are putting your whole body into the arm pull, involving more muscle groups which help to keep the muscles of the arm from fatiguing as quickly, allowing you to stay strong for longer. The second weakness, having a greater than 90-degree angle of elbow flexion. You do not want to do this because you will decrease the strength and power you could form and lose the opportunity to obtain leverage. You can see from this picture that the beginner's degree of elbow flexion is greater than 90 degrees. He's letting the other opponent pull his arm and stretch it out. The bottom right-hand picture of the professional on the left shows his elbow flex greater than 90 degrees. This gives him a better position to control his opponent. You can correct the second weakness by using pull-up bars. You squeeze the towel between your shoulders and wrists as hard as you can for as long as you can, keeping the muscles isometrically contracted. Try to keep the lower half of your body from swinging, keeping your head straight, chin down, and grip tight. This drill will help you increase elbow flexion while your opponent is pulling on your arm. Increase your elbow flexion, bringing you closer to the opponent, which enables you to use your whole body and move as a unit, creating a greater torque on the arm of your opponent. This drill will help you become a better arm wrestler. Holding this position, squeezing the towel as tightly as possible, is a good practice drill because you have to hold your body weight, similar to when your opponent pulls on you during a match. Remember the phrase, squeeze the towel as hard as you can. By learning to incorporate body rotation and increasing elbow flexion, you can significantly improve your arm wrestling technique and enhance performance.